So hi there and welcome back. So we are back again with another video which is really interesting. And today I'm gonna solve all of your problems. So you might have used console.log a lot of time in your Angular, React, Node.js, or simply any JavaScript framework, right? You might have left console logs here and there that has caused you problems while in production or while in deployment, which is a serious issue. So how we can solve that issue, and I will today let you know how we can replace the usage of console logs with a new thing in VS Code. So it's basically not a new thing, but it's a less explored area as compared to other features. So for example, here I have main.js file, and here I try to write a function which is something like const. For example, let's do something like calculate expenses, something like this, which takes in the price of product like this. And then it simply do some stuff. For example, const some multiplier and then price of product times two. And then it does something like const division is equal to, I don't know, but it should be something like, for example, like this. And then it do the final calc, which is division times 3 divide 1.2, and then finally return the final calc. Now the main thing is whenever we are trying to solve such scenarios, let's say price of the product is 156.75, and now what specially you would have done is store the product in here. So for example, const result is equal to this, and then when we come here we need to do a console log in here. And then if we want to check, okay, what all processor, first of all, let's run this thing. So if I click on play, you can see that the total is 356.25, which is absolutely fine. But let's say I want to check in between what are the real values, then I would have copied this console log and I've left this to each and every places where I'm putting, right? So for example, I have left one multiply over here, the division over here, and then the final calc over here. So if I just again press the play button, I could see what all values were really there in between of these steps. So for the multiplier, I can see on the line number 3, this was the value. For division, this was the value. And for final calc, this was the value. But often in production and in development, we used to leave as debug. But if you leave this as debug, then the main problem is in your development, you won't be able to see this until unless you have a debugger terminal. So in order to quit all, and also if you see this thing, this everything makes code look more complex. And sometimes you find difficult in bigger projects to locate the exact line what is required for you. So the best case to use is log points. So log points is a VS Code feature which is really cool. Let me demonstrate you how to use it. So if I remove this and this and this, and also I should remove this. Now let's hit save. Let me just remove these white spaces. Now all you have to do is just wherever you want that thing to appear, that console log to appear in your development, just right click on that line and click on add log point. So if I click on add log point, I can say something like multiplier value, and this should get me the multiplier value. Hit enter, and then the division value, add log point, division stage value, something like this. Hit enter, and then finally we need the value for final calc. So in here, let's do add log point, and I do something like final calculation value, calculation value, and then this should print me the final calculation value. Hit enter, and now instead of doing all of those things, if you click on the debugger session and you click on JavaScript debug terminal like this, now just all of you want to do is write node and then the file name node.js, and now if you see, I will get the real values. But if you see here, I'm just getting simple console logs, but I'm not getting the actual value. Now if we click on this and I go on edit log point, I can also try to print something. Let me show you how I can print the dynamic values. So now if I want to add the value of this multiplier, all I need to do is provide the value in here. So multiplier. Let me demonstrate you how it will work. So this is the multiplier value. And if I again try to run my debugger, now you can see that the multiplier value is undefined right now in here. Okay, so the value is undefined. Why? Because we also have this price of product value in here. So actually, how it should have started is if I can add some log points in here in this line, add log point. So in here, what we have done is if you just click and add it, if you see that, okay, in this variable, I have got the value, and the value is from the function parameter into 2. And now I can check division stage parameter, the multiplier, divide 2.2. What is the real value? I can check that thing. So if I hit enter, and if I try to again run my terminal, you can see that 3.5 was the multiplier value, and then 2.2 was my initial value. Again, another thing would be that if I want to get the division value, let's go to the final calc, and in here I can also get the division value. So if I go for division value times 3, can check what is the value. First of all, let's check for the division value, and if I run again the problem, you can see that 142.5 was my division value, and then the final calc. So if you want to get the final calc, for example, I was doing some value in here. So now it totally depends how you want to treat this value. I can also place another log point where I can say that the result is, and I can get the final calc in here. So if I hit enter and I save this file and I again try to reload this file, you can see that the result is now 356.25. So this is how we can use log points into our projects. And still, if you want to learn, if you're interested, how should we attach this log point to React project, to Next.js project, to Angular project, or any framework project, just mention me in the comment section below, and I will make a dedicated video for that framework, how you can increase your productivity with debugging right into your VS Code console. That's the end of the video from my end. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.